Mary Jean Zajac, and I'm a self-published author, and I have my books published on Amazon. So today I'm going to show you how to actually do your formatting so that you can upload your books to Amazon. I'll be working in Microsoft Windows 11, but I believe that 10 is very similar, and I think that any of the Microsoft Word applications that you have will still be very similar to this. So let's get started with that. Okay, I'm going to show you how to set up your work in progress in Microsoft Word. I have version 11, but I think version 10 is laid out about the same way. And all of the menus, all of these, what I'm going to, you should be able to find on any version. The first thing I'm going to do is to show you how to create a page break. I have one here. And the reason I have this, as you can see, it's a blank page. And it's because I want that title page and copyright page to end up on the left-hand side when the book is created. So that's why I have to put in this blank page. So I'm just going to backspace, and delete it. Okay. So you have to go to Insert, and then you just go to Page Break. And there it is. It's created. So now I have this blank page here. And then there's my title page, copyright. And then to go to the next page, because I wanted to go to a new page, I did another page break. On this one, I have listed all my books that I've written in this series. Now, if I was doing a different book entirely, I would just eliminate this page. There's another page break, and then we have the title, another page break, and we have the title and the author's name. But then after that, what I have is a section break, and that's because when I start writing the body of the book, I have to have that because I'm going to put a number in there, the page numbering. So in order to do the section break, we need to go to Search. And mine comes up automatically, but yours probably won't, at least not the first time. So you want to type in there, Insert Page Section Breaks, and then it'll come up. So in order to do that, I would go over to Page, and you can see it shows you how it's a little different than a section break or page break. And you're going to click on that. I'm not going to click on that because I don't want to do that. And then I can go to my work in progress. And what I do is I just keep a little section of a book, of one of the books, and in here, because this is my template, so that I don't have to worry about recreating that every time. So each time I'm going to go to a new chapter, all I'm going to have to do is just pretend that I was writing and I was typing and typing and typing and typing. Now I went on to this page, but it's a new chapter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another page break. And then you'll see that I got the page break. You know, there's a chapter before. So this would probably say chapter 2, blah, blah, blah. And my page numbering is right, because this would be the second page or the 10th page, whatever. So I'm just going to get rid of that. And I'm also going to backspace so it goes where I want it to go. Okay. So that's how you do all of that. And the only thing that you want to remember is make sure that your cursor is in the right place when, and I'm just going to move this back up a little bit. When you do a section break, because you don't want to make that section in the wrong spot. So you want to make sure that your cursor is in the right spot. What I have is the acknowledgement page next, but you can have, sorry about that, I couldn't find my cursor. You could have, besides the acknowledgement page, you could have an author page or even book club questions that you may want to do. And you may want to have them, now this is a new section, so you may want to have them just follow from this one. So when you get down to the bottom or to the end of the page, to go on to a new page, you're just going to do a page break again. Okay, so what we have to do next is we have to format the margins. So I don't worry about these pages up here because they're centered in that, and I don't want anything changing with those. So those are fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of this. And I'm even going to highlight the acknowledgments in that because I want that all to look the same. So once I do that, I'm going to go to Layout and Margins and Custom Margins. It decides to come up. And I'm going to have my margins set at 0.75 inches. And that's going to be on the top, the bottom, the left, and the right. The gutter's going to be 0, and the gutter position is going to be left. Orientation should be portrait. Multiple pages should be set at normal, and this will apply to the selected sections. And I'm going to go to the Page tab, and I'm going to make sure that the width is 6 inches and the height is 9 inches. And then again, apply to selected sections. And I'm going to click OK. So there you have it with that. Okay, so we're all set with that. The last thing that we need to do is the page numbering. And on that, oh, one other thing. What you want to make sure is that, and we go back to the home page, that, go over here, it's at the right justification. And this is justify. You have, whoops, okay. You have a line right, center, and a line left. And this is justify. So that what that means, it's going to be distributed evenly between the margins. So you want to make sure that that's correct too. So next we have to create a header. So we're going to go back to Insert and then Header. I'm going to click on Header. And then I always pick blank because it's just going to be for numbering. So I would click on that, and then that would create my header. And it's also going to create a footer, so keep that in mind. So now I want to do the numbering. So all I have to do is go over to page number, and then the drop down is going to tell me top of page, bottom of page, and bottom of page is going to be on the footer. So I always picked number 3 because I like it there. So you can pick whatever you want, wherever you want your numbers to be. And then that's it. You're going to close the header, and then you are going to see the number there. And if you want to check it out to make sure that it is numbering correctly, and I did this earlier, just keep clicking down, and there's number 2. So I know that it did number it correctly. And if I wanted to make sure that it didn't go on the pages before, I could just scroll up, and there's no numbers. So it did the right section. One other thing I should mention. What you want is, and I don't think it's going to show it here because I've already got it set up, but let me see if I can get it. Here we go. Okay. You want show document text, you want that clicked, but the 2 above it, you don't want those clicked. So don't play around with those. If they are clicked, make sure you unclick them. So that's just one of the things that I have found that sometimes, and you think that you want different first page, but that's not true because we want it in this section. So you don't want it, what if you did click on it, what's going to happen, it's going to go to the first page, the very first page, and it's going to put a number up here. So we don't want that. So that's it for that. That should get you what you want. There is a book. Well, first off, let me just say that sometimes I have found when I've uploaded it that one of my pages will be blank. And so what I do is I go back to my original in my Word documents, and I will just click down a couple of lines so that it goes on to the next page. That seems to help with that. And then I'll upload it again, and that gets rid of that blank page. You just got to remember, you got to take a look at it and see where was it in the book, because it's not going to follow exactly the way that you have it showing on here. And so you just got to pay attention to where did it start with that blank page, where did it end off, and that seems to fix that. And I haven't had any other problems. Other than that, I don't have any problems. I do recommend that you use the paragraph marker. This will show all your formatting symbols, and this will show if you've got too many. Let's say I put too many spaces there, and maybe I can't see it when I'm reading through it. That will show up in this way, because if you let that go and you upload it to Amazon, it's going to skew everything and you're going to have more problems. And I think a lot of people do have that problem because they don't show their, the formatting and you don't know where there's more spaces in, because you can see here it looks like it's a smaller space than here. So you might think, if I didn't have that little dot in there, I might think that, oh, I need to add a space. And I'd be going and adding a space, and then when I went to, because that looks better, when I went to upload it to Amazon, it changes everything. And I think that's where people run into problems with that. So the only other thing that I do recommend a book, if you want to add a table of contents, which I didn't show you because I don't do that on my books, so I'm not familiar with it. The book that I recommend is titled Publish Your Book on Amazon for Free, and it's by Eddie Snipes, and I'll put a link down below so that you can get to that book. It's about $7, so it's not very expensive, and it's not a very fat book, but he does a really good job of showing you, and he has screenshots, so that's very helpful. For someone like me, I'm very visual, so I have to see it actually being done. I hope that was very helpful for you. The format that I used was for a 6x9 book, which is a standard book that you see on Amazon. If you found this segment helpful, I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. And thanks for watching. Bye.